Good day and welcome to this Year 6 video about adding decimal numbers. Yes, we are adding decimal numbers. This is awesome. Now actually, it's a continuation of a video that I did just a moment ago with regards to adding fractions or identifying fractions on a number line. The reason I've split it into two lessons is to make things easier for you guys. Now, it's part of a continuing series with regards to targeted teaching for the students I am currently teaching. So if you are visiting me from internet land, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy this. I'm just going to do a quick recap so that my guys know where they are, and then the exciting stuff kicks in. So, if you remember, the work on the module will start to build on all of that which has gone on before. So we've already done modules on chance and number and place value, and inside those modules we've looked at fractions, multiplying by 10, 100, 1,000, and adding decimal numbers. So I'm just going to recap it one more time because some of you still need a little bit more practice on that type of stuff. If you haven't already watched the previous number on putting fractions on a number line, then please go back and watch it. Otherwise, I think we're ready to start. So we're dealing with real numbers, which, as I say there, is random because there's no such thing as fake numbers. There are imaginary numbers, but much like my imaginary friends, they shall not be talked about in this video. Now, adding decimal numbers is only possible if we look at the idea of place value. You guys, if you are in year 6, will be doing that over and over again this year. If you're in year 7, you've done it to death in year 6. If you remember, place value is all about knowing the value of each individual number or digit. So the first number is in the units column. This here is in the tens column. This is in the hundreds column. And we have the thousands column. Now obviously there are a lot more numbers, but if we were to read this, we would see that there are 1,000, 3 hundreds, 4 tens or 40, and 5 units. That's actually why we say the number as it is. So 1,345. If I was to add together two non-decimal numbers together, I would line the digits so the units, tens and hundreds and thousands all lined up. So for example, if I did 1,346 plus 2, that's a 397. Well, we wouldn't do this, would we? 1,346 plus 397. I mean, somebody might. And if you're out there wondering why that's wrong, well, ask yourself this. This is a 7. It's actually in the units column. And this 6 is also in the units column. And so really, they should be lined up. It would probably make as little sense as doing 1,346 plus 397. So we always try and line things up. So I'm going to put crosses through there. So I want to do 1,346 add 397. So when I add these together, and again, wait for it because the Australians are going to go mental now, but the Brits will love this. You add the first column together. So 6 plus 7 is 13. Put the 3 there and the 1 down there. Yes, I know, Aussies, you want me to write 1 up there, but that 1 now makes it look like a 14, and I'm not doing it. I refuse. 4 plus 9 plus 1 gives me 14. 4 and a 1 there. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus the 1 is 7. And put the 1 there. So all I'm doing when I'm adding these together is just lining stuff up. If you can do it with whole numbers, then you can absolutely do it with decimal numbers. Absolutely do it with decimal numbers. So again, I've got 0.45 and I'm going to add 1.56. Now the great thing about decimal numbers is the decimal point actually tells you where to line them up. So I've got a 0, a point, a 4 and a 5. There's my decimal point in my 1.56. The 1 is before the decimal, then there's the 5, then there's the 6. And I just add them together. The decimal point is just there to sort of say, hi, I'm here, line me up. Really important. So once again, 5 plus 6 is, yes, 11. Put the 1 down here. Stop it, Australians. I really don't care. 4 plus 5 plus 1 gives me 10. Put the 1 down here, and 1 plus 1 is 2. We've just got to remember to make sure we put that decimal point back in. So adding those together gives me 2.01. Right, adding together decimal numbers is awesome, but there are tricks. Right, in mathematics, where there is a gap in a column for a place, we fill it with a 0. All right, so let's have an example here. How many zeros are there after a decimal point or a decimal number? Right, actually, good point. If I have the number 1.5, 1.6, actually that can be rewritten as 1.60. They are the same number. 1.600, the same. 1.6000, the same. 1.6000000000000. I could keep going writing zeros, and that number will not change. If I was to put a 1 there, then I'd be in all sorts of trouble because that's a very different number. But I can put zeros on the end of numbers, and in fact, I could put zeros on the beginning of numbers, which all seems a little bit pointless, but actually helps us with this concept of place value. I can't, however, put zeros anywhere else other than on the end of the number and at the beginning of the number. That makes no sense whatsoever. So here's an example where we're going to use this. I have 1.456 and I'm going to add 3.15. Well, firstly, we want things done in columns. So I'm going to do 1.456. There's a decimal point there. The 3's before the decimal. There's the 1. There's the 5. Draw the line, do the plus. Now, what do you notice? Well, there doesn't seem to be anything in that gap. So what I'm actually going to do is put a 0 in that gap because I can add zeros to the ends of numbers. I can add zeros to the beginning of numbers just to keep things all lined up. And now, basically, add those two together. So 6 plus 0 is 6. 5 plus 5 is 10. There's a 0, carry the 1. Yes, Australia, I know. 4, 5, 6. And 3 plus 1 is 4. And we don't forget the decimal point. So adding those together, I would write my answer as 4.606. And that 0 would very much stay in there. Please don't get rid of it. Well, that was it. Short, sharp, and exciting lesson. Oh, maybe not so exciting. On adding decimal numbers. Those of you in my room, here are some phenomenal resources, otherwise known as from the Mathletics scheme, which is just brilliant. Mathletics, their workbooks and all their questions are just amazing. So, and I'm using it as a resource here. So, add and subtract decimals. Those of you who want to have a go, be very careful with this question here because it uses the word approximate. And hopefully you've got an idea of what the word approximate means. Well, 7 minutes, nearly 7 minutes and 30 seconds for this lesson. Thanks very much. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, if you've enjoyed watching this video, why not tune in and subscribe to get updates of when I do other videos. Alternatively, click this video that's coming up now, or just zip on over to MaffsGuru.com, MaffsGuru.com, where you can actually access all the videos in a nice, easy to use way.